Subnautica 2 needs a Reaper. Now, I don't mean the actual Reaper. Please don't put the Reaper into the game. I think I've seen enough of it. But no, what I meant is we need something like the Reaper in Subnautica 2, and I truly believe that was also one of the reasons why Subnautica Below Zero wasn't really as frightening or interesting, because they actually missed the Reaper concept. Now, to make this also very clear, there are tons of enemies in the Subnautica games which are frightening and which are dangerous, even more bigger and dangerous than the Reaper ever could be. But one of the appealings of the Reaper is that there are a lot of them in the game. You are being introduced fairly early to the whole concept of the Reaper, and the Reaper stays dangerous to new players and veterans alike, and they are always there. While even like something like the Shadow Leviathan, which looks amazing, super dangerous, it is confined to more or less the end game of Subnautica Below Zero, and you don't really have to fear the Shadow Leviathan all the time. While as the Reaper, well, the Reaper is technically everywhere, and even at the beginning, if you are swimming into the wrong direction, there will be a Reaper. And what is also very interesting is the concept, right? Like, it is such an iconic creature that you can probably show the Reaper to a person who has not played Subnautica, but has heard about it or has seen some clips or screenshots or something like that, and they will go, "Oh yeah, I've seen this thing." They won't necessarily know the name, but they will definitely have seen it before, and that really makes it iconic because, well, the Reaper is always there. You can hear it. You can see the outline sometimes of a Reaper before you even get attacked, and the Reaper is always a danger. Like, even in the end game, when you have the best equipment in Subnautica, the Reaper just doesn't become a non issue. It still can hurt you very much or even kill you. And even for veterans, it's a very interesting enemy because it's basically a Damocles sword, right? It's always hanging above you, and you know it's there. You know it will fall on you at some point, but you never really know when, how, and more importantly, how bad it will be. Like, this is why I say it's very interesting even for veteran players. Let me paint you a picture here. Reaper is coming at you, and as a veteran player, you probably know how to react. You know in which area you are of the world, you know how to utilize your surroundings, you know how to utilize your gadgets, and the Reaper is manageable. But till that point, you are not really in control about when the Reaper is striking at you. Sure, you can force it, but most players still try to avoid the Reaper. And that makes it interesting for veteran players even after hundreds of hours. And of course, new players who have never seen this monster and will probably scream quite a bit. But the really interesting part about the Reapers also that it is nearly everywhere. There are tons of Reapers in Subnautica 1, and even though we know at this point as veteran players or even as new players, you can just open up a map and you can see where the Reapers are. You can even see like their patrol area. They sometimes don't follow that route, right? Like sometimes I don't know if that is a bug or if this is something wanted by the developers, but sometimes the Reaper deviates from the path and is plopping up in some areas where you always thought you were safe from the Reaper, right? And that makes this monster so interesting and so fearsome. Like, it is a nuisance sometimes, but it is always there. And that's what Subnautica 2 also needs. It needs an enemy which is there, which is a problem, and which you are kind of afraid of, but you can still handle it, and it doesn't become annoying. That's also very important. Like with everything I just said, the Reaper never feels like it overstays its welcome, and it never feels like, oh man, it's the Reaper again. Oh, leave me alone, right? Like it never becomes annoying. And so Subnautica 2, yes, needs a Reaper to really hammer home the feeling again of you are not the biggest fish in the ocean anymore. With that said, we're at the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like. Also, let me know what you think Subnautica 2 needs down below in the comments. And also, if you want to hear more about Subnautica 2, the closer we are getting to early access, I would also appreciate if you might consider to subscribe. With that said, thanks so much for watching. Stay safe. Bye bye.